All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our little show here. We are 14 episodes deep. It's kind of crazy. All right. So let me get to why don't I have my notes open? Who am I?
I was gonna make a bad joke.
Yeah. Where am I? These are the questions I ask myself on a daily basis. Anyway, so let's get right into the recap. Last week, you all took a trip into the Sandpoint Market to get a little bit of shopping done and see all of the interesting outsider merchants and their exotic wares. Most of you made purchases. Dino picked up a new scimitar and a wand. Kaede also picked up a couple of wands. Jareem grabbed a scroll and a new set of robes. Ursula, I'm blanking on what you bought, if anything.
I didn't buy a single damn thing. And that's
Okay,
probably
so you're not the
what
only
I
one.
did, 'cause I was like, I need to save money.
You're not the only one, because Kat also didn't buy anything. However, you did find a merchant who was interested in looking at your blueprints that you have for your gun that you want to make. Yeah, and he's interested in knowing about your progress going forward. After that, you guys made a quick stop at the armory where Kaede sold their lamellar armor and picked up a set of rosewood armor, which is a bit lighter, with the small caveat that it has to be watered essentially every day in order to keep it functional. Just before leaving town, you guys decided to borrow a shovel from a Mako since Urslan has that treasure map.
No, Urslan decided to do that with the pretense of possibly burying my party mates.
Urslan made... Alright, let's revise that. Urslan made everyone wait while she went into the Rusty Dragon and borrowed a shovel. Eventually, it was decided that you guys are going to address the treasure map on the way back from Thistletop. So you proceeded along into the Nettlewood Forest, where Dino largely was the one who was able to find the most efficient pathways through the forest, including one that led to the hidden entrance to the Thistletop goblin stronghold. Once you guys were inside, you met up with Shalelu. She had been posted up for a bit, waiting for you. After a short conversation, you guys agreed that you would sort of have a signal that you would use, that if you guys needed her help, you would call on her, and that signal is just Babu screeching like a maniac. After a couple of split pathways that you guys had to address, you eventually made your way, not very quietly, I might add, with lots of noise and stepping on branches and tripping and falling and things like that. You made your way further north into the sort of bramble area of Thistletop, and after another bad round of stealth, the room behind you was alerted, and this room was full of refugees from another goblin tribe, being the bird crunchers. And then combat broke out, and naturally, you guys decided to call in the help immediately as Shalelu was alerted, and after a relatively short fight, didn't even last 2 full turns, you guys dispatched all of the goblins, and then there was a brief conversation about potentially coming back and collecting all of their bodies to bring back to Davarin in Sandpoint. But that is more or less where we left off. So we're gonna pick up from right after you guys have looted and found that the goblins don't really have anything on them other than their gear. They were refugees after all. So yeah, what would you like to do?
Did we just we killed homeless goblins? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah. There are 10,
Oh boy, that
10
tickles
goblins
my-
from another tribe that were posted up in here, and you guys slaughtered all of them.
That tickles my nuggets.
I'm.
And chaotic neutral could not care less.
Kate's kind of really upset about that revelation, realizing we just murdered a bunch of refugees that were barely able to defend themselves, and realizes that.
They have their armor and equipment. They were able to defend themselves.
I said
Well-
barely able to, not that they couldn't, not that they weren't equipped to. Cade looks over at Dino.
Well, that's because of the fact that they're goblins, not because they were
Okay,
defensive.
I didn't expect them to seem like people.
They're not people. They're dead.
Like
Again,
people. They
very
had
confused when it comes
emotions.
to
I'm
it.
saying, oh dear.
Kate gets very confused when it comes to the humanoid side of things.
Well, let me explain. Goblins have two moods. Either I'm gonna kill everyone, or I am small and weak.
No, that one's not really a mood. The first one, yeah, but the second one, not really. It's more of a state of being.
To be fair, they
Exactly,
did
that's just
attack us.
goblins in general.
You're right. We
To be
did just
fair,
kind
we
of
don't
storm
inherit
into
sanctuary.
literally the place that they were
Okay,
being
either the
refugees.
stormhold goes or your town goes. Which one do you
Cade
pick?
shakes their head and just says, "We should keep going. That's a lot of bodies, and we made a lot of noise."
Oh,
True. Alright, Kate, lead the way.
no more rights. All less.
So, no more rights.
That we
All
can agree
lefts.
on.
So, all right then. All lefts. We're going left. Cade walks forward.
There should be an option to rotate the map
Okay.
based on the position you're going.
So as you proceed out of this room, you see what looks this sort of brambly area here. It appears to be just some kind of dead end. It's extremely thick. Would probably take too long to cut through to be efficient.
I guess we go right.
So you proceed sort of straight out. Shalelu just runs and climbs this tree right here and gets out of sight with her unbelievable stealth check bonus.
Cade nudges Dino and goes, "Couldn't you go through those brambles in case, like, I don't know, emergency, hiding, running?" I saw you walk them through
It's a
some pretty
last-ditch
fucking
effort,
ridiculous
but
terrain.
I got some tools up my sleeve to where we'll have time to run.
Cade looks over and nods at Dino and says, "I guess we should try to be stealthy," and looks over at where I last saw our companion before she just disappeared into wherever she went, because Cade's oblivious.
We're talking about the tree lady.
Yes.
Yeah, she went into a tree.
Yes. But Cade doesn't know that.
Yeah, all you hear is
Cade
like a
doesn't
little bit of like sort of like rummaging noises as she's like moving through branches. But
So I'm just gonna...
she's generally just trying her best to stay out of sight.
I think I'm gonna send Babu up above the canopy, just to like keep a lookout also.
Okay.
Oh. Cade realizes how good of an idea that is and goes, "We should have done that sooner. That's a good idea."
Better late than never, I suppose.
I agree. I mean, I didn't even think of it, Cade goes. I'm just saying in general that that's a good plan. We should use it next time.
Agreed.
And then Dream is going to prepare for the fight by taking a bump of Sanish.
As only he can.
Once he consumes enough drugs, then maybe he'll be able to beat the drug lord.
He'll become
But
one
until
with the
then-
drug. He'll become one with the drug, and everything will be okay.
Eventually.
All right, so we're gonna round the corner now, right?
Okay, yeah, the path continues straight ahead of you, or yeah, if you go down to the south, that's
I'm gonna go back.
okay. As you go that way, you realize that you're sort of like back at the original, the first gate that you went through.
Kay just shakes their head and goes, "Okay, new plan. What direction are we going?" Just because I can see in front of us doesn't mean I know where the fuck we are in here.
Would I not be able to see with my low light?
Well, we've been here before. Let's just go back, and we take the other path.
I mean, it looks like you can see fine in here.
I'm not gonna tell anyone that I could see fine in here.
I'm so
Keep
glad.
walking.
Dream's gonna start leading the parade.
Well, no,
and
I'm
he's gonna
trying to use the thing to tell if I can if people can see in here, and it's not changing anything on the map. So
So,
Well, I just know I have low light vision. That much I know, and I know that Kaede has
dark.
dark.
Dream has low light also, I believe.
yeah, you do.
I was amazed to see in his bedroom where there is no bed. Instead, there was a huge pile of frozen powder.
Kaede, get over here.
Boyfriend said that's his nest.
Cade starts walking back.
Is she dating a squirrel?
I heard Dream saying something about leading the way,
Yeah, this way.
and I follow wherever Dream's leading. I'll be
Dream,
like
you
right
follow me,
behind
what
us so
that
I can
way?
tell him like what's going on.
Never had a guest in his nest before. But I was welcome to try.
And these are the brambles, right?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
we can't really
It's like a really
pass through.
really thick like bramble wall that's there.
Okay. Dream is going to use burning hands to burn the brambles.
Okay,
Well,
Smokey the bear says don't start forest fires.
I went to sleep on the sofa.
You set the brambles ablaze. They do go up, and they're now on fire.
I thought it was
Cade, can I just like perceive how long that's gonna take for them to burn so we can pass through them?
nesting.
Or if we should be running.
The
I said wash them.
the fire looks like it's spreading more quickly to the sides than further in.
All right. So Dream is gonna create water and try and put out the sides. Try and control the flame.
Okay, go ahead and make a nature check.
Okay.
Guidance.
Thank you.
Is there any way I can assist?
Provide. Well, he's creating water, so you can't really provide water.
17. Okay. Yeah, I mean you do it well enough. The flames are much more reasonably controlled now than they were when you first cast the spell.
Too long. Didn't read. My boyfriend said it's the next.
All right.
No other comment.
And now I'm gonna look at the party and say, now we wait.
Can I just go over there and estimate how long it's gonna take?
Sure. Walk up. You walk up. Roll. Are you trained in nature?
Nope.
All right, just roll perception
I
then.
got this.
That I'm trained in.
Guidance. 28.
All right.
It won't take too long. However, Urslan, with your perception check, you hear some creatures headed towards all of you
From which direction, sir?
from the east.
Oh, that's from the right.
Oh shit. I yell out to Kaede and I say, incoming!
So I try to tell everyone to find like places to like at least either hide or flank from.
Do your favorite.
Get yourself into a good fighting position. And I'm gonna try to do it so stealthily so I can at least maybe get some surprise off.
Yeah, Babu's. I mean,
Never
Dream's
mind.
gonna.
I'm just gonna scream at everyone and stumble all over myself and just stand down the opening.
Try and hide into a
That
bush.
circle.
All right, everyone roll stealth.
Shut up, monkeys. We're trying to hide.
I'm gonna assume I have to roll for Cat until I'm told otherwise.
Oh, I
We're
thought
fucked up.
Jeez, the
I got
cat
really upset.
cat rolling natural ones on stealth is becoming a trend. This the third one in the last two sessions.
Your car.
It's just not going well for her. It's really not going well for any of you by the looks of it. Let's see here.
No.
No.
I did okay.
So as you all attempt to hide,
I wasn't hiding. I thought we were stealthing so they can't locate us.
or be quiet,
Yeah,
however
by
you
hiding.
choose to, yeah. However you choose to interpret the check. You see two goblin dogs come up with two more behind. And then there's another creature behind all of the dogs, and then there's also a goblin. And the goblin is looking around, and he's going to try and spot any of you, really, because he basically knows you're all here from last week.
Makes sense.
So surprise. Eh? As he's coming around the corner to the goblin, at least.
He is going to look up at the trees that are in front of him, and almost like kind of like 1,000-yard stare like through them. And you just hear him say, "This place is not nice for Longshanks. I know you're all here."
Nope. Nope, 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 nope.
Define all.
'Kay.
Because I'm not all here.
Cade just kind of looks at him and just goes, "Hey, buddy. We're okay. Not all Longshanks are bad."
That is a 20 on his will save. So he
He's
is.
just like, nah.
He's not interested in whatever it is you're selling.
Yeah, we're here to slaughter you.
You hear
And loot.
you hear the voice once more. He says, "This'll be fun."
My thoughts exactly.
And he yells out in Goblin for the Goblin dogs to charge. So at this point, I'm gonna have everyone roll initiative.
Nice. Oh. Not too bad.
This is a gift that I gave to Rumi, which of course I mooched on for him. I want to throw it down the stairs a couple of times to break it up. How else to? No, I should break it up. Are you gonna show red on me if I do? Not quiet hours.
Okay, so we have a tie at the top, and the tie goes to. Okay, it's still a tie. So, Dream, just roll a flat d20 for me, just to break this tie. You win. The goblin
Nice.
dog rolled a 1.
Yes.
All right, so Dream, you get to go
Eat shit.
first.
All right, Jareem's gonna start off by yelling at the goblin dog to eat shit.
Okay. I feel like that's pretty standard at this point.
All right, and then I'm going to. Are the dogs like charging at us right now, or?
They're being told to charge. Yes.
Okay, can I see one of them?
You should
Like,
be.
is
Able
one
to.
of them in my line of sight?
Yeah, there's one.
All right.
Can you not see that? That's one 15 feet in front of you.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna shadow trap him.
All right. So you attempt to tether this goblin dog to the ground where it stands. Will save. That's a 12. That fails. So the goblin
Sick.
dog's shadow is now tethered to the ground.
All right. And then I'm just gonna take Babu's turn, combat,
Okay.
or right here. Just gonna fuck him up. Fuck him up.
Okay, yeah, those are both hits. Babu just lashes out with his talons and catches the goblin dog twice for 2 points of damage total.
Would it be a surprise attack since he was above the canopy before combat?
I'm sorry?
Would it be a surprise attack since he was basically like dive bombing him from the canopy of the forest?
I mean, it doesn't really change anything in terms of like damage, but I suppose so.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought it would.
However, because he has made a natural attack contacting the goblin dog directly, he's got to make a fortitude save.
Wait, hold on. How come Babu can't eat food, but his talons can touch things?
Yeah.
It's a weird relationship.
Yeah, but, still got to make the save.
He has to
Fortitude,
use a lot of
fortitude.
energy to manifest himself in the physical world, and the talons are not an organ that actually literally needs to do something.
Where the
There you
fuck
go.
is fortitude? Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, he's fine. He does not suffer the familiar allergic reaction to the nasty dander of this goblin dog.
Good.
All right. Next, the goblin dog in the back. He's going to charge in. What's his speed? Oh, he's got a lot of speed. Just kind of get in the middle of everybody here. He's going to try and bite Dream. That is a 13 to hit, which does not hit. Oh wait, Are you in your beast form right now? I didn't even think to uncheck.
Yeah, I've been in my owl form.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. All right. So, yep, that's going to end its turn. Next is the goblin. The goblin is going to move right about here. And he's going to look through the maze of people and their bodies, and he's going to see Chomper way at the back.
Don't you fucking dare.
He is going to smile pretty wide, and he's going to cast a spell.
Oh, crap.
I need Chomper to make a will save.
God damn it. His only weakness. How?
All right. Chomper fights off the effect of the spell. The goblin looks very disappointed, and that's going to end its turn. Next is the goblin dog right here. This goblin dog is going to try and bite Babu, who's the target right in front of him. It's an 11 to hit, which does not hit, and it's now Kaede's turn.
Oh, shit. So, Kaede's gonna see that things are actually kind of going okay for us for once. And seeing the goblin dog in front of us is flanked, is going to give the dog a little, actually, this is the goblin right here. And then this is also a dog.
Yeah, it's called a goblin dog, but yes.
Well, no, like, it's just the very top. I can see technically the top of the token, so I guess I can see, like, the top of the thing, but I wasn't actually sure what was on the token. So I'm going to actually realize that that's a magic caster and realize that's just as much of a threat, so I'm going to give it a little hypnotic stare. Hello, words. Remix.
Okay, so hypnotic stare.
And seeing what he had just done, I'm gonna do it. A cone in this. Oh, where's my ruler? Oop, that way. Like a cone like that. Boom. And please work.
Okay, so color spray in a cone. So, all right, so Babu is also going to have to make a will save, but this can target, let's see here. You don't have line of sight really on.
Yeah, it shows me to here. I'll show you, like, I'll draw a line where it cuts off. Right here. So, like, I see the top of these two tokens.
Okay. I'll say that's enough for you to know that they're there. So yeah, I'll have them make the saves as well. So yeah, Babu has to make a will save, and then I gotta do all 4 dogs and the goblin.
The goblin is got that -2, I believe.
Yes, he does. Okay, all of the dogs fail. The goblin also fails.
Yes.
Oh.
And then Babu, I still don't see a roll, so I'll just do it. Babu. He fails too. So let's see here. All right. So here's what happens. Babu is blinded and stunned.
Sorry, Babu.
That is going to be for 2 rounds. All of the dogs go unconscious.
Yes.
Nice.
Just use that one. So that is going to last for 4 rounds.
Very nice.
And then the goblin, because of his number of hit dice, he is stunned for 1 round.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Cade's just like besides themselves. So did that inflict damage at all?
No, color spray doesn't do any damage.
I didn't think so. Okay, so then yeah, that's that. Can I do a swift? Can I do a swift action?
Yes, because yeah, your stare is free, and then yeah, you still have your swift.
Okay, so then I'm going to then. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted this one.
Okay. So yeah, how do you you're just gonna stare a hole through him, or you say anything to him, or?
So pretty much, I'm just gonna look at him and say, "Your dogs are useless, and your death is near. You have one chance to run now, or say your prayers."
Surrender now or prepare to fight. Meow, that's right.
Literally, that went through my head. I tried so hard not to go there.
Imagine Babu is Meow because he's the animal that can talk.
And I look over at Dream and I'm
Some
like,
music.
"Sorry about Babu."
He'll be fine.
My turn.
All right. It is Cat's turn. Kim, if you can hear me and you know what you want to do, you're not even in Discord anymore. That's fine. So I'll take your turn. So Cat's gonna step forward. She is going to draw her. Why did this stop playing? Rhythm, please. Bot broke.
Or bot.
All right. I'll figure it out after this. So Kat is going to draw her crossbow. And she's going to fire. Oh, there it is. She's going to fire at the stunned goblin. Taking a bit of cover penalty. 14. Let's see. He doesn't get his dex bonus because he's stunned. That's a hit.
Yeah.
He takes 3 points of piercing damage. I gotta lower this. Can't even hear myself think. That brings us to Dino's turn.
Okay, so before I move, question: what's the negative to being stunned?
Well, being stunned means you can't act. Let me look up the rest because it could be different from other games that I know. Let's see here. Stunned. Drops everything held, cannot take actions, takes a -2 to AC, and loses their dex bonus to AC. Attackers against get a +4 to attack rolls or to perform combat maneuvers against a stunned opponent.
Oh, nice. In that case, we're gonna go over here. Chop's gonna follow suit, and we're just gonna gang up on this sucker.
All right. Yep. It's all good.
Damn it! I mean, I know I hit, but 6 damage is kind of sad.
Yeah, your scimitar
Alright,
hits.
Chopper is going to power attack, so I'm gonna add that.
Yeah, your scimitar hits for 6 points of slashing damage. The goblin just being stunned, like, doesn't even really react. Yeah, that's also a hit as Chomper bites into him for another 5 points of piercing damage.
Wait, why is Chopper at -1 to hit?
I don't know, you rolled an 11 on the dice. It's +3.
I know, but it should be +4 normally. Why is that +3? Oh wait, that's probably because of power attack. Never mind.
Yeah, it's power attack.
I was just confused there for a second. Alright, that's all I got, so end my turn.
Alright. It's Ursulin's turn.
Can I shoot at him?
Yeah.
Shoot the bitch.
You'll be targeting regular AC, but that's significantly lower. And yeah, that's a hit for a single point of damage with your blunderbuss.
Well, that's my turn.
That's all you're doing?
Nah, yeah.
Okay then.
I'll just shift over here.
Alright. Next is this creature's turn. This creature is going to move forward. Dino, you see it's basically a cougar with a black coat and bright orange stripes come rushing towards you.
Oh no.
It's going to try and bite you. That is a hit. That's a 25 to hit. It deals 7 points of piercing damage, and it's also going to attempt to trip you.
Holy shit.
Oh.
Okay, yours. I don't think that is going to work. Your CMD is pretty high. It's 19. Yeah, it rolled a 14, so it does not knock you prone, but it does deal you the 7 points of damage.
Yeah, 7 points of damage ain't pretty.
Right. Okay. So next is the 2 of the goblin dogs. They are unconscious. Let's see. I don't think they get saving throws on their turns. They don't. So yeah, their turns just go by. It is now Dream's turn.
All right. Dream is going to move up a little bit.
All right, so you kind of push up against the tree there.
Yeah, I actually wanted to get closer to him.
Okay.
And What the fuck is this? Get up. Okay. Is Mind Shock a standard?
Most spells are. It would say in the description.
Yeah, it's a standard. Okay. I'm gonna touch the grave on the goblin.
All right, touch of the grave. (12) versus touch AC. It does also take a -2 to that because it's stunned. Oh, and you get a +4 to attacks anyway. So yes, that's a hit. The goblin takes 5 points of negative energy damage as you deliver your necrotic touch spell to it. You kind of just like boop him on the head. He takes 5 points of damage.
All right.
So yeah, Babu is stunned. So if there's anything else that you have to do, you still have a swift, but I don't even know if you have anything that takes a swift.
No, I can't attack with swift action, can I?
No, it's actions are standard.
All right. Yeah, no, that's it.
Okay. Unconscious goblin dog. The goblin is stunned. Another unconscious goblin dog. It's now Kaede's turn.
So Kaede's gonna take it. Is the goblin still unconscious?
The goblin himself, no, was never unconscious. He was just stunned for 1 round.
Ah, stunned. Okay.
And that stun ends at the end of your turn.
Oh. Get his ass.
The goblin.
Oh,
Okay.
that's just me. I approve.
He can't utter spells if he's just laughing hysterically.
And he rolled an 11. So you don't see it right away, but the spell has taken effect.
So yeah, that's it. Kaede's just gonna look over and just be like, all right.
I like how Kaede's entire combat spells is just equal to screw that one guy in particular.
It really is. Except for that one
Mesmerist,
color
man.
spell I put.
That's mesmerist for you right there. Okay, so as your turn ends, you see the goblin sort of gain control of its body again for like a split second, and then all of a sudden it just starts laughing hysterically.
I'm gonna grin at everyone and go, it worked!
Fuck yeah.
And it starts rolling around on the ground, again, just laughing. Okay, so next is Cat's turn. She's gonna move closer. Crossbow bolt again. It's going to hit the goblin for another single point of damage.
We're gonna roll with that.
It's now Dino's turn.
Alright. So gonna stab this goblin in the face. Go. Fuck yeah.
Yep. Your scimitar lands, and the goblin takes 9 points of slashing damage.
Oh shit, still alive?
Yeah, still alive.
Not for long. Chomper, go. God damn it, Chomper.
Chomper, oh no, that definitely misses. The goblin is too busy like rolling around and squirming as it's laughing, and Chomper just can't like manage to get a hold of it.
Yeah, my turn. I don't like how this cougar's looking at me.
All right, Ursula, your turn.
They shoot the goblin again.
Shoot the goblin again.
No, you ain't.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
you shoot and you miss, unfortunately.
That's okay.
Cougar, don't you fucking dare.
I end my turn.
All right. Next
What do you got?
is the cougar's turn. It's going to once again try and take a chunk out of Dino with a bite attack. That is a 23 to hit. Dino takes another 7 points of piercing damage. Another trip attempt. This time, yes, it manages to drag Dino to the ground.
It takes me a movement action to get back up, right?
It's movement action that provokes attack of opportunity, yes.
Fuck. Yeah, whatever.
All right. Unconscious. Jareem, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna slap him with another touch of the grave.
Okay. Let's see. 15. Let's see. He's on the ground. Oh, wait, no, he's not stunned anymore. So, yeah, he's on the ground. So it becomes a 14. His AC is a 14. So that is going to miss, unfortunately.
I thought I had a +4 though.
He's not stunned anymore.
Oh, okay. Shotskis. Is Babu still stunned?
Babu, yes, Babu is stunned for until the end of Kaede's next turn.
Okay. Alright, I guess that's it.
All right, another unconscious goblin dog. Okay, the goblin, he's going to try and end the laughter effect by making a will saving throw. Natural 1. Oh boy. I don't see a duration for hideous laughter there, but I need to look that up because he is going to be laughing for the full duration now. 1 round per level. Okay, so he's got another round of that then, at least. Yeah, he is laughing hysterically still. Even harder now. Just cackling like a madman. All right. Also unconscious. Okay, Kaede, back to you.
So, Kade's going to see that everyone else is following suit and murdering the goblin. And essentially having it surrounded, I'm afraid to try to reach out and hit it with anything at this point. So I'm just gonna clobber the dog that's right in front of me.
Okay.
Or it's got a range of 10 feet.
Well, yeah,
so
this
then I'm gonna cover that dog.
because it's unconscious. Wait, I'm
I don't
sorry.
mind going for that dog.
Whichever you want to do. It does. I mean, they're both unconscious, so.
Okay, I thought I had to do stuff that's 10 feet away if it had a range of 10 feet for some reason.
Oh, so then yes,
yeah.
you do. Sorry, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so that one.
Okay, so yeah,
Dinos.
because it's unconscious, it's effectively a coup de grace. So you do enough damage, or just roll it again for just like crit damage basically, because it's an auto crit.
Alright.
So yeah, okay, so you do enough damage.
Hey.
You stab through the goblin dog and just like pull some guts out on your way out, and yeah, that goblin dog is no more.
I'm gonna just look over at the goblin and wave my rancier in its face and watch it just laughing hysterically.
Yeah, it doesn't even look
Alright,
at
my
you. It's
turn.
just too busy laughing.
Turns over.
It's Cat's turn. Cat is going to. Let's see here. Cat is going to jolt the goblin while it's laughing on the ground. And she does, dealing it 1 point of electricity damage. So you see its body just like convulse for a moment as if it was hit with a taser. Still laughing. Still just laughing his head off. It's now Dino's turn.
Alright, first I'm gonna get up.
All right. The cougar is going to try and take another bite out of you. Uh, 17 to hit, so that's 6 points of piercing damage. It fails to trip you this time, so you do stand up.
Alright, Chopper, let's go to the goblin. I need backup here. And question, you mentioned before to use one of my herbs that gives me 1d8 healing to swift action to myself.
Did I say it was a swift action?
You did before.
Right, yeah. I'm treating it like a potion, so yeah, it would be.
Alright, so bam.
All right, 1.
Fuck.
Yo, I love our ones.
Too many ones. Alright, and I'm gonna attack this thing.
Okay.
In retaliation to what it's been doing to me.
All right. Yeah, that's a hit.
Back, you son of a bitch.
You deal it 8 points of slashing damage as your scimitar catches it in the side.
Jumper. Come on, buddy.
That's a miss.
14.
It's a miss. Chomper,
Damn, this thing's AC is higher than 14.
yeah, it is. Chomper tries to catch it in the hind legs, and it just swiftly dodges out of the way.
Fuck. Oh, and my turn.
All right, Urslan.
See that Dino is in trouble. I'm gonna shoot at the cougar. Or whatever the fuck's fighting it.
All right.
Just roll my thing. Oh,
Oh.
that's a crit.
It's a crit.
Why did I roll a 1 on the damage? That's depressing.
Well, no, it's the 11.
Focus the one on the right.
Yeah, the one on the right is the crit damage roll. So you deal it 11 points of damage.
I still rolled a
Bitch.
1.
As you blast right into the side of it, and yeah, it's looking rough now.
Bitch.
And I say to Dino, I said, there, I helped.
Appreciate it.
I'll turn my attention back toward the goblin, who I'm assuming he's still alive at this point.
Yeah, he's still alive. He's still laughing his head off.
But barely breathing.
I don't have any. Shall I wait? Turn. Pass.
Okay. Just for my own. Yeah, okay, so Babu, just keeping up with my conditions here, Babu is no longer... where is color spray? I just had it. Oh, never mind, it's too far gone. So color spray is...
Do you want me to re-roll it?
No, I have it. I got it. So it is... Alright, so the blind and the stun is over, so Babu is now stunned for one more round. Just had to keep track of that in my own mind. All right, it is now the cougar's turn. Its eyes just go red after being shot and hurt pretty bad. It doesn't want to abandon the goblin, however, and so it's just going to keep trying to attack Dino.
Damn it!
That is a critical hit.
Oh fuck!
Dino takes 10 points of piercing damage.
Oh.
And with a 22 is knocked prone again.
Fuck! Hate this thing.
Seeing it's going to take a 5-foot step away from Chomper, and seeing sort of some debris on the ground here that is dark in color, it's going to attempt to hide in it. Okay. It's going to end its turn. That's another unconscious goblin dog, and it's now Dream's turn.
Alright, Jareem is gonna try and stab him with the... Actually... Wait. I'm gonna cast Mind Shock on myself first.
Okay. So you empower yourself with additional sort of psychic energy.
And I guess I have to wait a turn to attack.
Yeah, that does. It is a standard action, so.
Yeah.
All right, Babu is still stunned, so that's going to be it for you. And then, okay, unconscious. He is laughing. Doesn't get a save this turn. Unconscious. It's now Kaede's turn.
Kaede's going to shoot this one. Well, not shoot, but stab it with their hands here. This one.
All right. It's another coup de grace. So. Okay.
Coup de grace.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the crit wouldn't be confirmed, but still, I'll just take the 11 because it would have been a critical anyway. So. Yeah, you stab and kill another goblin dog with your Rancer.
And then I'm gonna move forward knowing that I have done this. I'm gonna move. Can I like squeeze through here and go here? Or since I don't remember if I can go through.
You wanted just to take the space that the now dead goblin dog is in?
Yeah, but I wasn't sure if I could squeeze through here to get to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's only 10 feet, so I'll allow it. Yeah.
Alright. And then I'm going to end my turn.
Okay. Cat's going to take a cue from you. Oh, by the way, the laughter ends after your next turn.
Yeah, I figured.
Cat is going to sort of take a cue from what you're doing. She's going to pull her rapier and stab the dog in front of her. Another coup de grace type attack, and that is 8 points of damage. Not enough to kill the goblin dog, but it's hurt pretty bad. It's now Dino's turn. Dino, you are prone. You don't see the cougar right now. It seems to have hidden.
Alright, so question. What does it take for me to pull out my Wand of Cure Wounds and heal myself?
I believe a wand is a standard action. Let me double check. Don't want to get it wrong. Let's see here. Wand. Casting a spell from a wand is a standard action, usually a standard action. So in this case, it would be. That does not provoke attacks of opportunity.
Thank God. Alright, first of all, I have Cure Wounds on hand, so I'm just gonna roll that.
Okay, but are you using a spell slot or using the wand?
No, I'm using the wand.
Okay. So 7 points.
Yeah, I'll take it.
7 points of healing.
Okay, question. I'm gonna have Chomper trying to figure out where the thing is.
Okay. He's going to be rolling against the stealth roll that I got for the cougar last turn.
Oh, yes!
Chomper can't find him.
What?
Yeah, he's sniffing around this debris and rubble and can't find it.
Alright, next, he's gonna use his sense ability.
Okay, so, I mean, even with the scent bonus, he's still not enough. He still can't find it.
Crap. Well, whatever. In that case, Chomper's going to go back over here to the goblin and just gonna bite him.
Okay. Even with the AC penalty from being prone, that's a miss.
Well, he's flanking as well, so does that help?
Still a miss.
Fuck.
It's close, but no, it's yeah, not a hit.
That's all I got. End my turn.
All right, Ursula, you're up.
Okay. Goblin still alive?
Yep. Not doing well, but he's still alive.
I'm gonna shoot him. I'm like falling asleep as I play, and it's not your fault at all. Long day, and I took my meds, so.
Kill it.
I mean, I know it's not my fault. So.
At least I'm still paying attention, sorta. I shoot the goblin. Do I shoot the goblin? That's a good question.
It is a good question because he gets a bonus against ranged attacks because he's prone to his AC. However, he's also I forget if hideous laughter means they're considered. I don't think they are. Yeah, they're not considered helpless. So that with the AC bonus that he gets for being prone, that's actually a miss.
Oh, wait, it's focused on his touch AC.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I don't know what's going on there.
She's outside of 10 feet. Diagonals. She's 15 feet away.
Oh shit! I did not know that.
Yeah, Pathfinder maps are coded differently, or their distance is done differently.
Oh, that sucks. Oh well.
So yeah, the shot just kind of sails past the goblin and goes between Dino and Chomper. Anything else?
Nope.
All right, it's the cougar's turn. Dino, you hear some more rustling coming from nearby, and the cougar is going to reappear and strike at you again.
Fucking hate him.
That's another critical hit.
God damn it.
It deals you 11 points of piercing damage.
Too close for comfort.
You're already prone, so no additional roll there. That goblin dog is still unconscious. Jareem, your turn.
I'm gonna stab him.
The goblin?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a miss, unfortunately. I don't think you lose your spell though. Let me double check that. Or is it Mind Shock? No, it lasts for 3 rounds, so no, you don't lose the spell. But yeah, your attack does not hit. Okay, that's going to end your turn. Unconscious. Still laughing. All right, Kaede's turn.
So Cade's gonna look at this dog. Actually, I can reach the goblin, so I'm gonna try to stab the goblin.
Okay. Are you? Yep, that's 10 feet.
Yeah, I just completely lost the button. Oop. Not great. Not great.
Well, this is melee, so you do hit. 4 points of piercing damage. The goblin is laughing really hard still. It's not dead, but you notice that he's bleeding pretty heavily. He's in a bad way.
Alright, so then I'm also going to, because I stabbed him, and he's under my hypnotic stare.
Okay, so yeah, roll 1d6.
Come on.
2 points.
Not bad.
Still laughing.
What?
Still laughing. Still bleeding.
Alright, and then I'm gonna walk over right next to Dino, and if I can still do this, it doesn't say what kind of action it is, it just says this, so.
Dino doesn't have any of the conditions on the list.
Not Dino, I meant I was gonna touch blah blah blah.
Babu.
Babu. I was planning on stabilizing Dino next round because I used my actions. So
Yeah, no,
Dino
Babu is
instead.
stunned, which you can't cure with that until 10th level.
Oh, it's moderate. Damn it! I didn't see the word.
No, stunned is
moderate
greater.
in there. Oh, it is greater. You're right. All right. Well then, I can't do anything. I tried to and realized that it's fruitless.
Okay. So at the end of your turn, Babu's stun ends anyway. The goblin stops laughing, still prone, but the laughter turns to horrifying screams of pain as he realizes how much he's been attacked during the time of all of his laughter. On Kat's turn, she is going to step forward and try to put this goblin out of his misery. That's a hit, but 2 points of damage is not enough, and he is just barely hanging on by a thread. Dino, your turn.
Alright, now that Chomper can see the cougar, he is going to attack. Come on, buddy. Throw over this to work. I need you to hit this. Bitch!
Oh yeah.
The crit is not confirmed.
Wait, 17 doesn't crit confirm?
Nope.
Christ.
He's also not flanking because you're prone.
I thought you said that before that not helpless, so it still counts.
No, not if you're prone.
This one don't have it. Yeah, whatever. So I'm guessing the cat's still alive.
Yep, it is. Barely.
Ah. fuck it, I'll heal myself.
Okay. Wand again.
Wand again.
All right. 9 points of healing.
9.
Pretty
Thank
good.
God.
Pretty good.
Fuck you, cat. End my turn.
All right, Urslan.
Cool. Who's still standing? Enemy wise.
The cougar is alive. The goblin is prone and alive. This goblin dog is unconscious and hurt. And this other one is unconscious and hasn't been touched.
I'm gonna shoot at the cougar.
Okay. This is going to be against regular AC.
Yep. Yo, fighting to fall asleep. Fighting to not fall asleep is really hard. It's like really fucking hard.
It can be, yeah.
Is that a 20?
Yeah, that, well, let's see, you're firing through, that's not enough cover, because they're unconscious, yeah, you can clearly see it, because the two creatures in your way are both on the ground, so, yeah, you blast the cougar with your blunderbuss, and finally it goes down.
Bitch.
It's dead. Do I get a grip point since I landed the killing shot?
Yeah, I mean, you would have gotten a one anyway earlier from your crit, so yeah, I mean, you're max, you're still capped out on grit.
Oh, okay, I didn't know. I shall pass my turn.
All right, that guy's still unconscious. It's Dream's turn.
Okay. I'm gonna try and hit him again.
Okay.
Come on, you motherfucker.
Jesus, dude.
Oh, motherfuck this fucking bullshit weapon.
Try to stab down.
Whose fault is it that you have a bullshit?
It's fucking crazy wizard guy's fault because he's dragging his ass.
Hey man, enchanting weapons takes a while. That's no one's fault. So yeah, you try to jab your short spear down into the goblin and finish him off, but it just doesn't hit.
Alright, I'll end my turn.
Okay, that goblin dog remains unconscious. It is now the goblin's turn. The goblin is going to...
What?
The goblin is going to
I was gonna stop at CVS.
reach...
She's returning to
Okay.
us.
Yo, that interruption just made it so much better in my brain because I was like, wait, we're going to CVS in the game?
Sorry. I was coordinating with boyfriend. I tried covering my mic.
Not upset. It's all good. Mistakes happen.
The goblin is going to reach into his pack and pull out a potion and quaff it real quick.
That's cool.
And he's going to heal himself. Then from the ground, at a penalty, of course, he is going to pull out a sword, and you notice that the sword is on fire as he begins to wield it, and he's going to swing at Dino from the ground. That's a 6 to hit. Actually, with the prone penalty, that's even less. It's like a 2, so that's not gonna work.
Bitch.
It is going, seeing that it's surrounded, it's going to choose to remain on the ground However, it is going to start speaking to all of you with the rest of its turn. He is going to start essentially just like sobbing and begging for mercy.
No.
That's going to be the rest of his turn. It's now Kaede's turn.
Kaede, seeing the opportunity, is going to look over at the dog that I can reach. And I'm going... Actually, no. I'm going to command the goblin to drop.
Well, it's already prone.
All right. Oh, okay.
It chose not to stand up.
It chose not to stand up, so then I'm going to order it to halt, I should say, so it can't take any actions.
Okay.
Does a reaction count?
Yeah, it can't take any actions, so that includes reactions.
Alright, awesome.
And this guy, this guy has a pretty good will save, but it refuses to make will saves. That's a 10. So yeah,
it's working out in my favor. So yeah.
The flame blade that it's carrying, I mean, he really can't lower it any further than it already is. He's on the ground, but he sort of moves it to like a less threatening position.
I'm gonna look at him and say, see, it's not so hard. You don't always have to be hostile. And I end my turn.
The goblin simply looks at you and says, I know why you're all here. And
why, sir?
Because we raided your town. And it was all the Longshank's fault. And as soon as he says this, he covers his mouth like he didn't want to say that.
Okay, so now I want to know who the Longshanks is because you said that. But also, I really don't care whose fault it was, other than to also kill them. You're gonna die too.
As Kaede's turn
hesitates.
Go ahead.
Talking is a free action.
Yeah.
No, I know. Kaede hesitates at that and goes, well, if you tell us about more of this Lawshank, maybe I can persuade my friends to let you live. Your dogs, they're gone. They're toast. I'm going to be honest. But you, maybe, if you help us, because you already gave him away, and you're already surrounded, so your options are die or possibly barter to live.
I don't know. I'm feeling pretty murderous, so that information better be real good.
And I end my turn. At that. Just kind of like pointing out and being like shrugging, being like,
As your turn ends, the two goblin dogs wake up. However, they are still very much incapacitated by the color spray spell. So they have now moved down to the next level of conditions, which is they are blinded and stunned. It's now Cat's turn.
Alright, so Cat is, just for the sake of, not having to deal with them, going to shoot a crossbow bolt at whatever goblin dog is closest to them.
Okay, there's one right next to you.
Great. Oh, in that case, I'm just gonna stab the fucker.
Okay, sounds good. So, rapier. That's a critical hit for 8 points of piercing damage, and that goblin dog is no more. The goblin, being surrounded by all of you, he realizes now that you guys are serious, and he's looking around just for any kind of help that may or may not be coming. It's now
That's just gonna look at it and be like, "You're next," unless you got a real good story for us.
It is Dino's turn.
Okay, first of all, getting up.
Okay.
So that's my whole move action.
Yep.
Second of all, I'm going to, as a free or swift action, I don't remember which, I'm going to take one of my figs, I'm going to eat it.
It's a swift, yeah. So Fig is fast healing. So you recover a hit point each turn, basically.
One of those. And my main action, I'm going to throw my returning dagger at one of the goblin dogs.
Okay. It's a hit. Takes 7 points of piercing damage. It's still alive, but very badly hurt by that attack.
Jumper, sick him.
And yeah, Chomper ends the dog, the goblin dog, with that bite.
Alright, he can use his last little bit of movement. Start coming back. And I have my turn.
All right, Urslan.
I'm still alive.
Just the goblin.
I'll shoot him again.
Okay.
We'll try to do this. And yeah. Die.
He's still prone, so with his AC bonus from that, it's a miss. Your shot just sails over him.
Can we say I have moved within range? So I still haven't moved all this time.
Sure, you can get about a step closer. Let's see, what's his touch? Because he still gets the bonus for being prone, but what's his touch AC bonus, or just his touch AC? 15. Yes. All right. So that's gonna hit then. So yeah, 2 points bludgeoning and piercing. The goblin still alive, but in a lot of pain.
Barely breathing. I think I'm gonna tap out from the game. So I'm like legitimately falling asleep and I feel like bad.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Please for the
I
win.
want damage. Woo me. Yay. Go team.
Get it. I mean, you contributed it every round, so like I feel that.
I'm surprised I was answering to Erzlin. I was like, huh? Did someone call me?
It's alright. We're tag teaming it. You leave, I hop back in, so we're good.
Yo.
Yeah, there you go. See,
Though.
we got a rotating player group. It's fine.
All right.
Good night.
Have a good night.
Kill the goblin.
Top of the round, Jareem. Jareem.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, there he is.
Jesus, fucker's still alive.
Oh.
There it is.
Okay. Crit confirmed, indeed. The goblin sees you once again bringing down your spear on top of him. He realizes what's about to happen, and he's going to place his hand on the cougar, and he just says, "I'll see you soon," and the spear just goes right through his skull, and
Oh,
and you have killed him and ended the encounter.
god damn. Kate just looks around at everyone and goes, okay, so next time, I know I said be quiet, but let's actually be quiet next time. I don't want to do that again.
Fuck that
And
guy.
second of all, go for the cougar first. Those fuckers can fight.
I tried. I couldn't
I'm
get
not
to it without
blaming
shooting
You hit. You incapacitated a shitload of them. I appreciate the effort. I'm just saying, future reference, go over cougar first, then the goblin, because this guy...
Yeah, that cougar fucked you up,
He
dude.
hurts like a fucker.
The cougar absolutely
And
fucked
that's
you up.
that. Seriously. I'm gonna take the cougar, and I'm gonna make sure it doesn't have any thorns on it, and I'm gonna feed it a chomper.
No,
That-
why don't you skin it for its hide first? Because that's pretty
Don't.
fucking dope.
That last
Damn.
crit that it got you with, it rolled a 1 on one of the damage dice. Otherwise, you were down.
Thank God. Actually, yeah, I have proficiency in butchering. So I'm gonna take its skin, and then I'm gonna feed it a chomper.
All right, so you're gonna try to remove the pelt from the cougar, and then feed the rest of the
Yeah,
chomper.
it
Got
is.
it. Yeah, roll your profession, butcher.
Fuck!
Yeah, it's a total hack job. You still feed the remains to Chomper, but the pelt itself is just mangled.
Does it still look like a goblin? Or rather, can you still tell that it is a goblin?
No, he's skinning the cougar, not the goblin.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was a goblin.
My God.
I mean,
Probably
you
should,
can't carry
for
the
how
whole
noisy it
body.
was.
Bring something with it.
Yeah, you're not sure if what you've gotten off of the cougar can even really be made into anything.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say that I battle it hard, and that's why it's mangled. I'm just gonna say
So
that.
can cat
All right.
can cat turn into a bolero?
Into a what?
A bolero. It's a short sleeve like sweater, crop top sweater thing.
You can try if you want to take it with you, but like I said, it wasn't a good butchering job by any means.
I
So
blame
can I make
anger.
it into a belt?
Probably. There's probably
Okay,
enough there to
I
make
will
belt
take
out
a
of it.
cougar belt.
I'm going to take the goblin we just fought and this other goblin. I'm gonna throw them into the room. Actually, I'm gonna take all the bodies and just gonna toss them in that room.
With the refugees.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna go check on the fire.
Okay. I almost forgot about that. All right, by this point, Dino, you would have healed a few more hit points from your fig. So you go to look at the fire, and it has once again sort of gotten to like the edges of the thick bramble wall, but you can now see through it, and what you see is that just beyond this bramble wall is like a sheer drop. Down to like the beach and the sea below.
Alright, well, we're not going that way.
I see you, but you gotta.
Is there any
And I'm
other?
just gonna. Yeah, the only thing I would suggest is usher everyone to just give me a minute or two, because Cougars can fight like a motherfucker.
Point of
Like one
order.
the biggest cats. So
Point of order. Do you loot the goblin's body before you throw it with the others?
might as well see what it has. I mean, I'm pretty sure it knows that the sword is magical as it tried to stab me with it.
The sword actually was the result of a spell that the goblin cast. So there you find that there is no actual sword left over. However, it does have some other gear on it. You find a sling, you find a spear, you find a potion, 2 wands. You also take the set of leather armor that it was wearing, as well as its cloak.
Let me see that spear, Dino.
Yeah, sure. Also, figure out what the spell does for me. Not the spell, the wands and the potion does for me, would you?
You got it.
Yeah, those are going to be spellcraft. You can make 1 spellcraft check for the 2 wands, and I'll...
Guidance? Oh, that detect magic would do the trick.
Well, because it's a wand, it's spellcraft.
Oh, I got spellcraft.
You have a skill rank in it?
24. Yeah.
Okay. 1 wand is a wand of tree shape. That wand has is just about used up. There's only 4 charges left. But put a description for the spell. The other wand, which has much more uses, is a wand of produce flame.
I'm pretty sure it's mine.
Fuck yeah.
I liked that. I brought it over there because it's...
Yo.
That wand has 34 charges.
I was like, am I taking it? He goes, no. She just like, I'm like, why?
The potion is familiar to most of you. It's a potion of Cure Light Wounds. So yeah, that would just leave the armor
How many charges
pieces.
does the produce flame ass?
Oh, 34 charges.
Oh shit.
So, have I found it? I'm gonna also look and see. Oh shit.
So yeah, I pasted the spell description into the chat. As far as the other items,
Yeah, that's dope.
I'm just gonna detect magic.
So
okay.
I had, like,
You
over, and I gave him like, I was like, do you want a buttered roll? And then he bitched about how much butter I put on the
you produce your aura that will detect magic. You get hits in the first few seconds. You get hits on the set of leather armor and the cloak.
roll on top. Just last night. I was like, oh,
I'm
fuck,
curious about that leather armor.
So yeah, go ahead and make. Because now I'm reading the spell description. Now I want to actually get this right. Make an Arcana check to determine the school of magic for each of them.
Guidance. Alright, I'm going over here. Test guidance.
This mother is apparently being charged for...
Detect magic item is a cantrip, correct?
Detect magic is a cantrip. Yes.
Fuck. Yeah, I don't have that.
Okay, so
I can read it. I can't detect
you
it.
don't know what the schools of magic involved are, but you can also roll spellcraft to try and determine what these items are.
Pretty good spellcraft. As well as casting guidance.
Is the boyfriend being tried too?
Okay, so yeah, you do know what these are. The leather armor is just a regular set of +1 leather. Size for a small creature, obviously. And
Get Babu armor.
the cloak is a cloak of resistance.
I will take the cloak of resistance, please.
Time out. Let's see what the cloak does.
It is also a +1 enhancement bonus. This cloak provides its enhancement bonus to all saving throws. So +1 to all saves.
Yeah, I'm fairly confident about my saves, and cloaks don't suit me. Hey, this is a +1. Oh, this is like a enchantment robe that makes save that helps you resist these weird effects. Anyone got any takers? Chopper, come here, boy. Yeah.
Cat goes, me. I will take it.
Kate shrugs and goes, give it a cat.
Yeah, why not? Yeet.
Cat catches and goes, I need to be less squishy. This will make me less squishy.
All right, so I will add that to.
Kate laughs and says, I can't argue with that.
I'll add that to your inventory.
I have plans. I can't die yet.
Okay, that weighs a single pound.
Oh, what kind of spear did I get?
It's just a regular spear.
This is a short spear?
No, it's longer than the spear you have.
So is it more damage?
Let's see. Let me pull up the chart.
Am I full health yet?
You would have gained another amount of time this has taken. I'd say probably another 6 hit points. You're getting there. Okay, spear. Yes, this would be more damage. Differences are this is going to be 1d8 damage with a ×3 critical multiplier.
I'll take it.
Okay. So I guess for the sake of brevity, are you guys just like waiting around for Dino's like healing to be done, or do you want to proceed?
Yeah. I mean, I would like to let Dino heal up a little bit at least, if not full.
Okay, it'll take, let's see, 13. It'll only take a little over a minute, so yeah, we'll say you guys just, hang out for about a minute, and yeah, Dino is fully recovered.
Alright, let's kick some more ass. But remember, boys and teammates.
Alright.
We see Cougar, we kill it.
So stepping past
Kid laughs and goes, understood.
Stepping past the dead bodies of the goblin dogs, you look into this next chamber. 3 thistle tunnels open into a large cave-like chamber that you see before you. Above, the thorny canopy grows thin enough that tiny slivers of the sky above can be seen, while below, the ground consists of trampled dirt. To the west, or in this room that's going to be right here, the distant sound of sloshing waves echoes up from a hole.
Alright, guys, stay away from that hole.
Okay.
Alright, Kaede, lead the way.
Kid then shrugs and says, I tend to lead us to disaster, but okay.
We only got so many places to go, it's fine. Also, stay away from that hole there.
Kay just freezes and just looks at it and goes, holy shit, you weren't kidding. Okay, and then moves across towards the wall.
Yeah, not joking. Stay
slowly,
away from the hole.
Inches around the edge of the wall very carefully.
Does anyone
and tries to peer around the corner.
Does anyone want to look at the hole, or you're just noping right past it?
Nope.
I'll look at the hole.
It's
all right.
sloshing water.
Dream decides that he's gonna look at the hole. So Dream, you
go down the hole.
You look down, and it is a deep shaft. That is a long fall if you were to slip and go tumbling down.
Hey, Jim, make a reflex save.
There is water at the bottom, as I described. Underneath all of that is the sea. Some of the waves sloshing around against the sides of the shaft. But you imagine that it's 70 to 80 feet.
Yeah, it's pretty far.
So Asik once again can confirm, stay away from the hole.
Babu also just flies over and looks down the hole. And then flies to rejoin the rest of the group. Okay, so
Alright, team, sticking formation.
Kaede, since you're leading the way, you come up to this little narrow almost doorway here. You look straight to the left. Appears to be some kind of kennel. You imagine this is probably where the goblin dogs came from. And then the path continues further east this way.
I'm gonna keep going then if it's clear.
All right. Yeah, it looks all clear. The kennel is empty. So you proceed further, and you are once again faced with a left or right turn decision.
What's my motto?
I'm going left.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, left.
You go left.
Kaede is kind of excited that they remembered what Dino's motto was.
You go left, and
Okay.
as you make the turn, you see about 60 feet in front of you looks to be the beginnings of a rope bridge.
Oh no.
Also, make a perception check for me.
Guidance.
Kaede?
I didn't hear you.
Oh, sorry. Just make a perception check for me, please.
Oh, sure. No problem. Hero perception. Boop. Not bad, not great.
Okay. In addition to the perception, to the bridge, I'm sorry. In addition to the bridge, you see at the base of the left-hand post there is a crate.
I want to go check the crate.
Okay. You move forward with the rest of the party following behind you, and you make it to the foot of the bridge, which is all the way up here. You see the crate right here. You hear a noise coming from inside the crate. It sounds like the whimpering of a small animal.
Am I
Can
okay?
I roll a check to see if I know what it is?
Yeah, if you'd like to roll nature, sure.
What would I roll to see if it was harmless or if it was a trap? Dungeon.
28.
You can just roll perception to like inspect the outside of the crate to see if there's any traps on it. It doesn't appear to be trapped. Dino, you instantly recognize that the animal inside the crate is a small dog.
Should be suspicious, but tiny dog. Give me the crate.
Kaede just like looks at Dino and goes, "What?" While
Great,
gently
there's a dog
picking
in
up,
it.
I'm gently picking up. gently picking up the crate and like handing it to Dino and going, what now?
As you go to hand him the crate, the small dog inside sort of nudges the top of the crate and sort of like knocks it askew. So you can see it now inside the crate, and the dog looks like this.
Kaede immediately looks at Dino and says, "We're keeping him."
Agreed.
I
I don't see. Give me a sec.
The dog looks at you, kind of relieved to see something other than a goblin around it. I mean, it still looks a little scared given its current predicament, but it seems to be more comfortable around all of you.
Use my wild empathy to make it feel better.
Okay, sure. Roll. That's nature, right? Yeah.
Not quite.
Or handle animal. Sorry.
It's my 1d20, and I did add my level and my charisma modifier.
That's right. Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of like handle animal plus your level, but yeah.
Kaede immediately looks at everyone and says, "We're not leaving this thing here. This animal does not deserve to be trapped here."
Oh no, I agree. I just need to check something.
There are other items in the crate, by the way, but I'll get to that in a moment.
In a moment, we are calming down the puppy, and giving myself guidance.
Yeah, this takes precedence. Okay, so 11.
Damn it.
I'm gonna give the puppy a small piece of my rations, like dried meat or something.
Okay, yeah, the dog responds better to being given food. It just gobbles it right up. Seems that it hasn't had anything to eat in a little bit.
And as we're talking, I'm gonna give Chopper the command that is good. No, not food.
Chopper looks a little disappointed at first, but he understands.
You bet a whole panther. Don't be greedy.
Kaede laughs and breathes a sigh of relief, and then figures out a little way to like makeshift a area in their like armor to like sit the dogs so they don't have to try to walk through the swamp. Like I can carry them across the bridge.
Okay.
Two things. Oh,
sure.
We still have to investigate the box. I'm just gonna say, first of all, I'm gonna take a look around, make sure nothing's going to try and knock us off the bridge, and then I'm gonna have Jumper use his scent to make sure nothing's gonna knock us off the bridge.
Okay. Sure. Go ahead.
Kate's still holding out the box too, as well. Like now, or it's like put down in between us, so like I guess anyone who can see into it can see that there's stuff in there.
Have to make sure.
Okay. So Sans dog in the crate. Dino, go ahead and make your perception checks for the general area. Same with Chopper.
Yeah.
Okay. So there are no other creatures in the immediate area. Although you do hear a couple of noises up in the trees, but you're certain that that's just Shalelu just moving around in there.
Interesting.
But I'll give you now like the information about like the bridge that's in front of you. As you can see here, there's a rope bridge that spans the gulf between the cliff and a roundish, flat-topped island that is 60 some feet to the north. Just gonna make sure the stream can see all the tokens on the broadcast. Okay. Thick patches of nettles and briars grow here and there atop the island, but its most impressive feature is a wooden one-story stockade. Two 30-foot tall watchtowers guard the stockade's southern facade, and the rope bridge itself is made of hairy rope and thick wooden planks. The whole thing is creaking and swaying in the wind above the churning surf that, as Dream discovered when he looked in, the hole is about 80 feet below.
Oh.
Holy shit.
As far as while that's going on, did anyone want to, like, obviously not Dino because he's doing the scouting here, but was anyone else going to look in the crate and see what else is in there?
I mean, I will, as like now that I have the puppy secured, but like I'm
Okay.
not gonna just hide what I'm looking. I'm showing everyone.
Sure. Okay. So you look inside, and again, we'll say that you're kind of like picking up the crate and like sort of tilting it towards everyone so they can see. And what you see inside, actually, Ursulin's eyes kind of go wide a bit. As what you find in there are some already refined sort of like wooden logs inside, as well as what looks like some bronze like bars. And Ursulin takes interest in it because as she says to everyone that this is the crate that I saw in my dream.
Well, I have no use for logs or bronze, so you're free to take it.
I'm gonna just look over at her and say, if you saw this and it meant I got a puppy out of this, it seems like a win-win. Whatever that is, you can have. Go ahead. Don't care.
Yeah, she
I'd
looks.
like to investigate the bridge. Like about how strong is it?
Okay, so make another perception check just on the bridge itself.
Guidance.
Okay, that's good enough. So this bridge, you can tell by examining sort of like the rope work, as well as the way it's moving in the wind. This bridge is actually rigged by the goblins. If more than 3 creatures of your size are on the bridge will the western side supports will tear free and dump all of the creatures on the bridge into the water.
All right, guys. Bridge trapped. Or trapped is the wrong word. It's faulty. So if 3 of us try to go on the bridge at the same time, we're probably gonna fall in.
So one at a time then crosses. It seems like the smart move. And the ones who can fly, I
but
guess.
You see the ropes on the edge. That's what you use. That's what you're supposed to use to try to go across. However, Chomper's not very good at grabbing things, so.
Is there another way for Chomper to get across?
I guess if it's more than 3 of us, I could help you carry Chomper.
Wait, Tim.
Yes.
Can I create? Is there water around us?
There's water underneath the bridge.
Like 80 feet down, though.
Yeah.
Can I artificially create a storm with a wave large enough to carry Chomper across the chasm?
I don't approve.
I don't approve.
No.
I don't approve.
Well, let's see. Let me just take a look. I don't want to just straight tell you no. So let me see how long. What is the range on?
I don't want to like straight up tell you no.
Oh no, you don't have.
It sounds like a no.
No, you don't have create water. You have drench, like the
Yeah,
rain,
that's why
the rain cloud spell.
I don't have create water. That's why I asked, is there water there?
Yes, but it's in the sea.
They can't create it out of nothing.
I mean, Dream has create water, but
it's like, can I water? Essentially, I'm asking if I can water bend. Chomper.
I mean, that would be kind of cool.
It's a short range spell, unfortunately. So yeah, it's about like double the range of your spell.
What if I do it with Dream and we partner up?
Still, no.
The only problem is that Dream can only create, I think, like a couple of gallons of water at a time. I don't think that's going to be enough.
Yeah.
Well, 2 gallons of water per level, so it would be 6 gallons. But
All right,
Chomper
mind.
is still a pretty significantly sized creature.
Yeah, Chomper's a
So
hefty
yeah,
boy.
I'm just gonna recommend that we go in pairs of 2. That way, if someone falls off, someone else will be there to help you.
I offer to help you get Chomper across.
Thank you, but wait, what'd you say, Tim? If more than 3 try?
More than 3. More than 3 medium-sized creatures, which includes Chomper. So no more than 3 of you can be on the bridge at a time, or else it
What
will
about the
break.
dog?
The dog is
Dog.
the dog is considered small, so the dog counts as 1/3 of a medium creature, according to the written material here.
So with the dog on me, it would then make it too heavy. Okay.
Yeah, so with the
Cat
dog, you
volunteers
could
to
cross
take the
with
dog
one
with
other
her.
person.
Like, guys, I could take the dog with me.
Kaede looks very possessively at the dog and then looks at Cat and goes, I can't believe I'm saying this, but you're probably the most level-headed out of all of this. And then just reaches out out the dog, like very like gingerly holding it, and then closes her eyes as they handed it over to Cat and goes, "Don't you dare let him go."
The
I'm
dog
not going to let him go.
the dog looks
I
unsure.
can be
but-
mean, but dogs do not deserve to be punished. Dogs deserve all the love in the world for not being humans.
Kaede hands Cat a bit of their more of their dried
Alright,
meat
come on,
rations
Chopper.
and go, "It seems like he liked these." And then I look at Dino and say, do you want help still, or?
That would be appreciated.
All right, and so I'm gonna help Dino get Chomper across without big boy over here falling in.
Okay.
Alright. So
So
I suggest that we do the other parties first, and then Kaede, Dino, and Chomper, just in case something goes wrong with them. All of us aren't stranded.
Okay.
Kaede pauses, but right before stepping on the bridge, and kind of looks back at Cat and goes, I don't want to agree with you, but again, I don't have really an argument for that. And then backs away from the bridge.
Okay, so the way this is going to work, because the wind has picked up, I'm going to make a roll for the wind. I'm not going to tell you what it is. And if the wind is strong enough, I will require a check to cross, but who's the first group going?
I'll go first with the dog. I don't know if anybody wants to walk with me.
Okay, one other person can go with you. Because you're carrying the dog. If there are no volunteers, I'm just going to have Ursula go with you.
That would make sense.
After she collects her stuff from the crate. Okay.
No objections.
All right. If there are no objections, then the 3 of you are going first. So let me sort of reorganize you all here. So you watch as the bridge sort of swings around for a little bit, and the 2 of you sort of try and wait and for like a moment where the swaying stops, and you do intelligently find that moment, and you begin to cross the bridge. You get about halfway. There is a sort of gust of wind, but it's not strong enough that it would cause you to lose your footing or really jostle the bridge any more than it already is. So with that, you all do manage to make it to the other side unharmed. Who's next?
Can't Dream fly?
Yeah, Dream in his owl form does have a fly speed, so he and Babu
Might
can.
as well go while the wind is calmed down.
Yeah, he and Babu somewhat effortlessly just fly across.
All right, come on, boy.
That leaves the final group. Okay, as you begin, again, much like the previous group, You sort of wait for a lull in the wind as you begin to cross. No real issues getting to the halfway point of the bridge. Okay, this time a bigger gust of wind comes. So what I'm going to need is I need each of you to, and Chomper's going to get a bonus because you're both helping him, but I need all of you to make an acrobatics check for the rest of the way across the bridge.
Can I get guidance on us all?
Yes. Yes, you may.
Dear gods, help me.
Okay, so with the adjusted numbers, that is a 12 for Dino, a 7 for Kaede, and Chomper also is benefiting from 8 and others. That's a 17. The bridge begins. You look as you move further along. You get to about here. You see that the rope is starting to give. Make another round of checks.
Acrobatics.
Yep. To maintain your balance.
Okay.
Okay. 14, 12, 21. Or no, 22. Okay, so it's actually Chomper who gains the confidence and gets to the other side first. As the wind sort of bangs you around on the bridge, Kaede makes it to the lip of the bridge next. Dino, you as you are about to make the last step, the bridge does give way. Make a reflex save.
Guidance.
Oh, just Dino. You made it, Kaede.
Oh, okay.
Crap.
Can that be for me helping and trying to reach out towards Dino since I saw him?
Hold on. Oh, I didn't see that it was a 1. All right, so okay, so here's what happens. The bridge gives. Dino starts to fall. So let's say I'll say, you know what? I'll let you use that 20. So, Kaede, you managed to grab a hold of Dino's arm before he can plummet into the sea. Chomper kind of realizes that something is wrong and is just like frantically like looking to see what's happening. So what we're gonna do is both of you are gonna make strength checks.
Guidance. There we go.
Guidance would not affect this because it's an ability check, but that's still good. Okay, so with those rolls, Kaede, you're really struggling to try and to pull him up, but Dino manages to actually pull himself up using the leverage that he has, and he manages to get to safe ground as the bridge again, as I mentioned earlier, the western supports just give, and the bridge is now like where it would just be like on its side essentially. All the slats are now vertical on the bridge.
Kaede's just panting and just looks at Dino and goes, I'm sorry. Holy
Sorry,
shit, you're
you
not
got me
dead.
out of
Okay.
there. Appreciate it. Stupid bridge. Seriously though, thanks.
So,
You're welcome.
what you now see in front of you is the stockade that I mentioned, and this is Thistletop proper. The stockade itself is made of thick wood. Closer inspection reveals that most of the wood seems to have been scavenged from ships. A few nameplates of some of these ships remain affixed to some of the beams, while some of the other timbers look like they might have once been masts.
Interesting. However, based on everything I went through to get here, I'm going to attack whatever is in here with the Wrath of the Sun.
Okay.
Go ahead and peek at the doors.
Sure. So the door directly in front of you is locked. What would you like to do about that?
I'm gonna look around. Is there any other way in?
From your vantage point, you don't see any other doors. Yeah, you'd have to maybe like take a lap around the whole thing, but from where you're standing, that's the only door you see.
Erzlin, unlock the door, would you?
Urslan is going to step forward and try to pick the lock.
Guidance. There we go.
And she does. Lock pops open.
All right, lead the way.
Okay. So you guys enter the next room. And what you see in here, the floor of this room is hard-packed soil, as if the builders either ran out of lumber after building the walls and the roof, or as if they simply never thought about building a floor in the first place. A number of poorly preserved horse and dog heads are mounted along the eastern wall, and along the southern wall hangs a pair of large black-feathered wings tacked to the wall with daggers. This appears to be some kind of trophy hall.
Disgusting.
Do I see anything of value?
Make a perception check. Going to move you inside. I assume you're taking the dog back once you cross the bridge?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course. As long as Kat is comfortable and feels like she got over the bridge safe and I'm not just being obsessive, I'm going to take the dog back and nestle it in that little space I curled out with the thorns. So I made it so it's like a little cubby he can go in that he's protected in, if that makes sense.
Okay. Got it. So 15. You are looking around the room. The only thing you're really drawn to is actually on the wall right behind you. Is like I said, the large the black feathered wings that are tacked to the wall with daggers. You notice that one of the 7 daggers that have been used to hang this set of wings has a different handle than the rest, and the handle is looks like it's made of pearl.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try to take that.
Okay. You pull the dagger out. Seemingly no ill effects on the wings. They don't come down from the wall or anything like that. Yeah. So you now have a
I'm gonna
dagger with a pearl handle.
inspect the wings closer.
Okay. This would be. I have to look up the creature just to make sure I give you the right check to roll. Okay. let's see. This is going to be someone who is trained in nature would be able to try and figure out the origin of these wings.
I do not have a check in nature, but and I don't have points in nature.
20.
So Dino.
Okay, so Dino inspects the wings.
I called Dino over.
Yeah, Dino's right behind you, so no issue there. Dino inspects the wings, and Dino, you are able to determine that these wings once belonged to a harpy.
Huh. So these guys can kill harpies. Neat.
I freeze and I look at Dino. Dino said that out loud, right?
Yep.
What if his lover wasn't a succubus but a harpy?
I don't think so.
Okay. Kaede doesn't know anything about harpies. All I know is that it's something that had wings.
Okay.
Can we take the wings with us? Are they valuable or are they just there?
Good question.
I mean, you can try to detect magic if you like, but as far as just from outward appearance, they just look like harpy wings.
I kind of shrug and I go, "Oh, well, if you want, I'll take it."
Yeah, I don't see why not. But let's get on the way out. Make sure nothing's trapped and whatnot. Don't want to make too much noise.
I agree.
Okay. So I'm sorry. You are taking them, or you're not taking them?
We're gonna leave them just because I have limited weight capacity and we're working on Kate's hoarding problem.
Got it. Got it. Okay. How's everybody doing, by the way? Do you want to keep going, or do we?
Keep her going.
Okay.
I'd be down to go for a little bit longer.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I just don't want to be like making anyone else fall asleep. Okay, so before you there are many doors. I have some music for this. I just have to get. Oh, we lost Kim again.
God damn it.
Let me start playing this music, and then we can figure out what you're gonna do. All right, so before you are many doors. One to the west, there are 4 sets of doors to the north, and 1 to the east.
I have me and Chopper go to the first store and ask him to see if he can smell anything on the other side.
Kaede likes this plan instead of being sent in as cannon fodder and waits to see what Chomper does.
Okay. You go ahead and make a perception check with scent.
A boy has guidance. That's a 10.
Okay, well, with scent, that's scent's a +4, right? So that's like 14.
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure something like that. Anyway, so Chomper sniffs right at the door, as well as takes a couple whiffs at the bottom of the door. Doesn't really seem to hit on anything. At least in the next room, he doesn't really notice anything.
Alright, Chopper says this door is safe. So I'm gonna open the door a little bit and peek inside.
Okay. You open the door. Seems to be just a hallway with there's another door directly to the north of you, and then a set of double doors further west.
I'll have Chopper use scent on them both to see which way is the safer path.
Okay. Go ahead and roll again.
I just really want to be able to shout guidance.
Guidance!
Guidance?
All right.
Yes,
So
24.
24. Well, so you notice as Chomper checks the door to the north, that door has been nailed shut. As far as the one further west, Chomper does get a hit through that door. Seems that he's found something.
Is it good or is it bad?
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Okay, better question. Is there something behind the door?
Doesn't seem like there's anything immediately on the other side of the door, but Chomper has noticed something.
Alright, first of all, I need everyone to get over here.
Alright, Ursulin follows you.
Something is behind the door, and maybe something close by. Don't know what, but it's something.
Alright. That door is not locked.
Hurry up, everybody else.
Is everybody following him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm slow to the draw of moving my character for some reason because I'm always envisioning it all in my head. So I see this in my
Alright,
brain
now
as it's
open the
happening, and
door.
I forget to actually
God
Alright.
damn it, Chopper!
So you open the door, and there is a flight of stairs here that leads upwards.
Once we get
Wait, hold on. This map is actually confusing me right now. Yeah, the flight of stairs leads upwards and around this way.
Do I notice the goblins?
I'm getting the expensive.
No, you're actually not supposed to be able to see them yet. But I assume you're going to be going up the stairs.
So I
Yeah, if I don't notice, I'm just gonna go up the stairs.
Yeah, it's a bit of a ways up. Like I said, this sort of leads up to one of the towers. That's about 30
Oh, I
feet
get
up.
it, and they're technically up. That's where they are.
Yeah. They just didn't really convey that very well on the map. So yeah, you go up the stairs. Go ahead and make a stealth check
Guidance.
for you and Chomper and
Everybody.
anyone who's gonna follow them right away.
Yes.
All right, Ursulin will also
Nice,
follow.
21. 15. 21.
All right, I'll go ahead and roll. Okay, so Cat and Dream, if you want to follow them, go ahead and make stealth checks.
Great.
I'm very happy with my stealth check. That's the first good one in a long time.
Okay. Alright, so now perception for these goblins. After I do this. Hey, she didn't roll a 1.
All right, it works out.
All right, so as a group, you do pretty well, staying quiet as you go up the stairs. Dino and Chomper make it to the top first. At the very top of the stairs, you see instead of it opening up into a bigger room, there's a trapdoor in the ceiling.
Kate's very confused by this and looks back at everyone and then up at the trapdoor and then back at everyone and then back at Dino. And kind of like mouths, now what?
So that's what's in the room upstairs.
Well, you have to open the trapdoor to get into that room.
Oh. Alright, I'm gonna have Chopper snip through the trapdoor to see if there's anything inside.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll perception.
Guidance.
Okay. Kind of the same as before. Chomper smells some bad and what he feels is some good.
Alright, there's potential of something bad up ahead, so draw your weapons and be ready.
Alright. So, do you open the trapdoor?
Is everyone right behind me?
Yeah, it doesn't look like it on the map, but yeah.
Making sure. Okay, I'm gonna open it.
Okay. You find make one more stealth check for me actually. Just for opening the door.
Guidance. There you are. Fuck.
It's okay actually. They both rolled lower, and you benefit from the following. You open the trapdoor just a little bit, just so you can see what's inside. There are 2 sleeping goblins.
Well, fuck. I couldn't hear anything, and then I came back to, you look inside and you see 2 sleeping goblins. Fook.
Okay, so is there a position that both me and Chopper can get to get the flanking maneuver?
There is.
Alright, so me and Chopper are gonna move up to one of the goblins so we can get flanking, and we're going to murder it.
Okay. This is because they're sleeping. These are coup de grace attacks. So go ahead and make those.
Oof. Wait, does it matter if I roll natural 1 because coup de grace means I automatically hit?
Yeah, no, I'm only looking for damage. So it's a coup de grace.
Okay, thank God.
Coup de grace and coup de grace are auto crits, so roll twice. Okay.
17.
And roll for Chomper as well.
Alright. If I insta-kill one of the goblins, I'm gonna have Chopper go for the other one.
You do, but I wanted to see Chomper's damage numbers first because that'll affect how I describe this.
Makes sense. Damn it.
Okay. So you you just absolutely slay this one right in front of you. You actually just cleave down with your scimitar and just behead it as it sleeps. Chomper sort of scoops up the other one and just crushes it in his maw, drops it on the floor, and then looks to his right and sees a bag on the floor, and he tries to pick that up and eat it too.
Chopper, no.
You take the bag away.
And I'm gonna see what's inside.
A bunch
I'm yelling, what's happening? Well, not yelling, but like whisper yelling. What's happening?
a bunch of half-eaten pickles.
Silent murder.
The bag is full of pickles that have been half-eaten.
God damn it, Chomper. You're not to eat pickles.
That was the other thing he
Goblin
smelled
cooties.
was the pickles.
Wait, why does he like pickles? My
Why
dinosaur is not a vegetarian.
Hey man,
Why
it's
wouldn't
food.
you like pickles?
It's the vinegar smell, man. It's just food.
Yo, they like food in general. They'll eat whatever they can, mostly meat. But they'll
Chopper
definitely
ate a
eat something.
cougar. Stop being so picky.
I will say though, granted this is like a completely different animal and also real life, but my dog will eat broccoli as long as it's cooked. She loves it.
Dogs will eat anything.
This is true,
My
but
dog
if you
ate
try to
an
give
entire pound of chocolate truffles and loved it.
if you try to give my dog a piece of raw broccoli, she won't eat it. It has to be cooked.
She thinks she's human.
Yeah,
I love it.
She's fucking weird, but I love her.
So yeah, I'm just gonna go back down to the.
Oh, you're talking about your dog IRL. Sorry, I got
Yes,
very confused
yes,
for
I'm
a second.
talking
I
about-
thought
I'm
it was
talking
an
about Ember.
NPC, like comparing their dog.
No, I'm talking about Ember.
And as soon as we get into a fight, first of all, before the fight happens. First of all, I'm going to go into my transformation just to be one to get the armor, and two to tell Chomper do not eat half-eaten pickles. Alright, I'm gonna go back down to the others. I'm just gonna mention it was casual, silent murder. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Yeah. So you go ahead and tell them what you saw and what you did.
Do we know?
Yeah, he explains to you that he and Chopper found two sleeping goblins and killed them both.
I'm gonna just look at him and go,
Alright,
"Thank you for that. That turned out a bit different than I expected."
Excellent. And I'm gonna mention, like, Prithipam knows that that door is boarded. I'm gonna say leave that till later. We can't afford to make too much noise.
I start to go, but you killed the sleeping. Oh, there's probably others.
A lot more. Potentially.
And I say, okay, lead the way.
Alright, Chomper. Which way do we go? I'm gonna have him use scent on all doors that he can see. Or smell, I should say.
All right, Chomper. Just go ahead. Just give me like one perception check for all of them, and I'll tell you what happens.
Giant urns?
Since you're just gonna have him do that in turn. Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
30.
All right. So, Chomper gets bigger hits on two of the doors as opposed to the others. Hold on, just have to take care of something real quick. Okay. Chomper seems especially interested in this door and this door.
Okay, thank you. Alright, Chopper says, and I just point to the doors, and would say, and that means there's probably something in the other side, so everyone gather around and get ready to murder. I'm gonna wait till everyone gets over here.
They eventually get into position.
Alright, and I'm going to, open the door, as silently as I can.
All right. What you see before you is a large courtyard that is open to the sky. There are a number of clumps of partially trampled grass that are still trying to grow fitfully here and there within the hard-packed earth in this room. There are places among this area that are stained with blood or scratched with furrows. To the north, what appear to be 2 dead goblins lie slumped at the entrance to another building, which is this door right here. You see 4 goblin dogs that are kind of just left about to run around this area here. 2 of them are scratching at the walls of the other building, whereas the other 2 have noticed you and start growling.
And what?
This.
I didn't hear the last part. And they what?
Start growling.
Yeah, the other 2 have started growling because they've noticed you.
Okay, I'm going to attempt my wild empathy to try to calm them down. And in Druidic, I say something on the lines of, "Hey, listen, it looks like you don't like goblins, so how about we kill them all, and then you are free to leave." Alright?
Alright, go ahead and roll your check.
Guidance. 15.
Alright. Just have to remind myself of what that roll is against. Diplomacy check to improve the attitude of a person. So let's see here. Influence attitude. Well, let's see. This creature... It's growling at you, so I would say this creature is considered unfriendly to start with. So the DC for that is going to be... Okay, that's... I don't think a 15 is enough. Let me make sure. Yeah, it's not enough.
Oh.
The goblin dogs just continue to growl, and it's actually gotten the attention of the other 2 now.
Yeah, fuck that, and I'm closing the door.
Okay, let me roll something real quick. Okay, one of them starts barking, but you can hear from inside that the other, amid the barking, the other 3 have all gone back to scratching at the walls.
Well, guess I didn't try, and still closing the door. I'm going to tell everyone, okay, goblin dogs, not worth the effort. Let's move on.
Kaede laughs at this and sees if there's anything to like bar the door with, just to give it a bit more structural integrity at them scratching at it, and then agrees.
Okay. Go ahead, and I guess you're just gonna look around the room that you're in.
Yeah.
Go ahead and.
Oh wait. What do I have? Time out. I have a question.
Okay.
Yes, I have many. Okay, question. Can I mend the door to where it molds in with the wall?
I don't think that would be mending. That would be that'd be some other kind of manipulation. spell. Let me see if there's anything.
Technically, I'm fixing the wall.
The wall isn't broken though.
There's a crack, which is thanks to the door, so in a way it's broken.
No, you've closed the door. There's no crack in the wall.
Oh, so you're telling me like there's no little dents in it to where the door can open or not?
Well, no, the door was perfectly operational. You know, you open the door, you close the door. There actually is a spell for this, but you don't have it prepared. It would be wood shape, which you or Dream could prepare it. It's on both of your spell lists.
Yeah, in my arsenal, but it's not worth versus my stone call or my
Yeah, I would agree.
Summon.
I would agree.
In that case, I'm going to this other door that Chumper pointed out, and I'm going to take a peek inside.
Okay. Well, I have to make some rolls first, but let's see. All right. I guess Rob is signing off as well. So yeah, we'll end shortly then, because I don't want to go much further from down 2 people. Okay. So you open the door, and you are now looking at a barracks of sorts. There are 6 poorly constructed bunk beds that appear to be little more than hammocks that are slung from rickety frames, and they are all standing along the walls of the room. Each of them is heaped with a vermin-infested blanket and a lump of straw that serves as a frustrating pillow.
Vermin-infested, you say?
Yes, I do.
What kind of vermin?
Yes. What kind of vermin?
Rats, mostly.
Hey!
Hey, get over here.
Inside of the barracks, there are 6 goblins that are all sleeping.
I'm gonna quietly whisper to the rats.
As none of them heard the dog barking. All right, so you move closer to. We'll say you squeeze past everybody so you can get at a better angle. Okay, so yeah, you whisper, you sort of flag down a rat and try to talk to it.
I pretty much ask it if it has any other ways out of here without having to wake these guys up. And then I offer a little dried fruit to coax it into maybe helping.
The rat says that there are the only way off. Wait, well, like when you say anyway out of here, like I need you to be a little more specific. Like where are you trying to go?
Like, I want to continue progressing forward without potentially waking up the goblins that are also right in front of us.
Oh, okay. So the rat says, well, the throne room is on the other side of the far wall there, and it sort of just like gestures over to like over here. The rat also says there are some other rooms that have stairs that go up and down, but I don't go to those places. Easier to just hide here in the straw.
Kaede gives it another piece of fruit and tells it thank you, and then I look at everyone else and I quietly motion and I say, like I kind of like motion with my hands like a chair shape, and then a crown above my head, and then point.
Okay.
And then try to back away from the goblins quietly.
All right. Do you close the door first?
Yeah, I'm gonna as quietly as I can.
All right. In that case, I'm gonna say you and Dino and Chopper roll stealth.
Guidance?
This. God help me.
Don't worry, that's an 11. Oh no.
Oh no.
Come on, Chopper.
Okay. As you close the door and you start to back away,
I'm gonna try to cover our and like sounds that are jolting with just dungeonish sounds that wouldn't really wake them. Or something that they would be used to, which would be like white noise to them. So like if it's the dogs barking in the background or in the distance to try to muffle us, or like like a patrol going by or something, make it seem like it's not.
For this, I'm going to say that you attempt to amplify the sounds that the rats make amidst all of their bedding. Unbeknownst to you, one of the goblins stirs awake for a moment, but hearing the rats, I'm going to roll all their perception checks again. Okay, and you don't hear any further noise coming from in that room after your prestidigitation spell ends.
I just breathe a very small sigh of relief, and I just like motion at everyone that they're all still sleeping and that we should keep going.
I point out that there's a decent, quietly of course, that there's a decent chance that if we start fighting whoever's inside, like the boss, his yelling and screaming would probably wake up the goblins. So we have to deal with them anyway. So I'd rather deal with them and then the boss instead of the boss and the goblins at the same time.
I look at him and I tell him that the rats kind of warned us that there's a lot going on, and the place is a lot larger than we realized.
Makes sense.
And I say, if we don't find a way out or in the entrance to the throne room soon, I'm whispering to him, then I say, yeah, we should double back and kill them. But for now, they're not a threat, just like the dogs.
Well, again, the thing with the dogs is, as far as I check, they can't open the door. Otherwise, they probably would have killed the goblins by now. These goblins, however, can open doors. So I'm saying that if we make too much noise, or the leader of whoever's in here is going to start shouting, they'll wake up and they'll come charging.
Kaede shrugs at this and just goes, well, I took the time to make sure we didn't wake them up. If you want to go plowing back in there and decide to deal with that, you can. But the odds are pretty even.
It's pretty good, and while they're asleep, it'll be pretty easy to kill them. So we got that going for us.
If we can all time it correctly, yeah, it should be easy. But if we can't, then we have a full-blown battle on our hands that we can yet again bring more attention to ourselves with. And we still don't know what everything else in here lies, as you said. But you're right. It does make sense. I just don't see a better option.
So I say we save it for next time. So whenever he comes back next week, we're going to go in there, kill them all, and then leave.
I like that plan.
Sounds fair to me. All right, so in that case, we will end here for tonight. So yeah, this was
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. This was a really fun session. You guys made it into
Yeah, I'm happy.
the proper Thistletop stronghold. Stay tuned for our end graphic, which has a little something special. We are honoring a friend tonight. But you guys can see that when it appears. But yeah, so next week we'll pick up with you guys dealing with the sleeping goblins, and then progressing further in, and hopefully we will all show up at the correct time next week. Kind of funny that.
Sorry, y'all. There's personal issues abound, and also like it's the first week at a new time, so we all got confused.
Yeah, no, it's
We're
understood.
sorry.
It also just hit me that.
I mean, she showed up fairly early, unlike some people.
Yeah, it also just
I
hit
showed
me
up
that.
early and then banged out for half of it, and
Yeah.
was mostly unresponsive. But I already told y'all I'm not gonna say it on air, but I've been dealing with some family stuff today that came. I had a family emergency that I'm not gonna get into, so I've been kind of like in and out.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah,
understood.
no, I'm glad you made it in. I'm glad we could hopefully make you have a bit more of a fun night, and at least a little bit more of a relaxing evening after the crazy day.
Yes. It also hit me that you all are the ones who showed up on time, and you're the last ones here as well. So.
Hey, we love you.
Yes, we do.
And I love playing with the game with all of you, as well as bringing our fun little game to Twitch, where people can watch us play. It's a big joy for me because I don't get to stream very much anymore, so this is kind of like my big thing that I look forward to every week. So
It's a lot of fun.
with all that said,
And you didn't tell.
sorry?
I said, did we get a Twitch sponsorship and you forgot to tell us?
No, we're not affiliated. We don't have enough followers yet.
What are you talking
one
about?
day.
We have Kaede's business sponsors us,
NordVPN.
and every time we mention our sponsor, we all get $20.
Yeah, we'll hammer out the details and the rate of return on that for a while, but yeah, sure, we can do that.
As I continue to add more points to a certain sheet that I have. Anyway, but yeah, so we'll see all of you next week. Just as a reminder to the viewers, we are going to be starting earlier going forward. It was brought up a few times by some of our players that people have things to do early in the morning, so we're going to be moving to a start time of 7 p.m. Eastern or 6 p.m. Tristan time.
The true time.
That is where we're going to be at going forward. So make sure you're here early next week, because we will, as long as no more unforeseen circumstances appear, we will be starting at 7. But yeah, that's all we got for tonight. Thank you very much for supporting us as always, and we will see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Fuck yeah.
Bye. Thank you for having us.